Hey, brothers and sisters, how you doing? I'm Shuam and Ryan. This is issue number 3 of relationship. Talking about and trying to understand why do young people get into relationships? Are their mother and their father teaching them the protocols of a relationship? You know, when I was coming up, my mother and father didn't talk about relationship because to them that's unnecessary. Why are you talking about something that you shouldn't be thinking about in the first place? Now, of course, when you go to school, you're gonna feel a frequency and energy from other people. It's natural. But your mind ain't supposed to be focused on that. It's supposed to be focused on education and educating your mind and your heart and focusing on what you want to become later on in life. And focus on that you sooner or later will have to make a conscious decision to move out your parents' house and follow your dreams or make a living for yourself. And a lot of you get caught up in a lot of these different situations. I know. I got caught up in a lot of these situations. And I broke off a lot of these people, a lot of these females. Because sometimes people are not on your level, they're not on your speed. They're not thinking the same way you're thinking. You understand that? A lot of these people are not thinking the same way you think. Imagine you meet a girl who had sex at 12. Nobody molested her. She did it on her own. At 12 years old, she had sex with somebody that's 21. Think about it. Did he molest you? No. I just thought he was cute at the time, so I had sex with him. These shits happen. These shits happen. By the time the girl gets 13, she's pregnant. Because she's constantly having sex with this young man. And he just fucking having sex with her because he sees it's easy. He don't got to talk or nothing. You know how many females is like that? You know how many females that sleep with young boys? 14, 15-year-old boys? They have sex with them. And then now you just add on a problem that should have not existed yet. Because they'll be constantly searching. In this video that I'm showing you is the confession of a young female's story. Now, even though she's talking about a story when she joined an organization, or they really wasn't organized. Let me put it that way. By this time, they were cults, because the young man, he believed he was the Messiah and so on, but he wasn't believing he was the Messiah at the time. He believed his name was Nature Boy, and he was about nature, and then somehow this shit get twisted. But what you need to learn is all of them were young into relationships, and all their relationships were altered. You see, when you jump into a situation that belongs to a mature person, because even grown people fuck up. Even grown people fuck up. They jump into relationships and put shackles on other people to say, you better never cheat, and I'm telling you this. Because either they was in other relationships before, and people don't know what monogamy means. They don't know what submissive means. And the most important thing of all is not telling the truth. They're not telling the truth. If you are a promiscuous person, male or female, and you don't tell it from the beginning, you know that you can't be with this one person because you like sleeping with other people. What is so hard? Some people don't want to be in a relationship. They just want to have sex with people. And that's their prerogative. But you trying to mix in because, oh, I like this person. I like the way they talk and they speak, and I like the way they have sex with me. But you know you promiscuous still. So you think you're gonna change your behavior. Then time passes by, you eventually become who you always is, even though you are hiding your promiscuous behavior because you thought this one person now has fulfilled your cup and is not fulfilled. It's an illusion. Let's put it this way. You take a pot full of water, fill it all the way up, turn the heat on. After a while, that water will evaporate. As it gets hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter, it starts to evaporate. It disappears. It's an illusion. But let's get back into the young lady. Let's get back into the young lady. Now listening, I got part 1, part 2. This is, I believe, 3 or 4. But anyway, listen to how she breaks it down. Understand, I know her story because I've watched the whole combination for years. I've been watching it, so there's nothing new to me. But I'm using her illustration and her raw confession, even though there's holes in the pocket, and that's because I know it. But look how a young female that knows about sex, that put burdens on her shoulders, carrying shit. You know what I mean? Was you taught to do that? Did your mother and father taught you that? I don't think so. Even though her mother and father broke up and they was divorced, so she didn't really learn monogamy. She didn't really learn how to be submissive. Because even as she's telling her story, you're going to notice how she's all over the place. But the reason why I respect it is because she's being raw. Before, she wasn't really being raw. But now she's breaking it down. Hear me out. Here we go.
And we traveled back to Mexico. So me and Nature Boy got together, but before Omek left, Nature Boy was trying to get Omek to stay there. And Omek just couldn't watch Nature Boy take the precaution that he did with me, and knowing and be in his face and say and believe who he say that he is. You know, a man, righteous man, a man who's saying that he is honorable, does not do things like that. It's literally like he just sleeps with the women, and if he wants to not like them and give them away, then that's what he's gonna do. But if he absolutely likes the woman, if he absolutely wants to be with her, he's not gonna share her with none of the other men. He's gonna let that be known. Which I was the only woman he did that with after the first time he gave me back to Omek. After the second time Nature Boy took me back, he never let me sleep with another man there. He always made me thinking about another nigga a issue. He always was insinuating sexual shit onto me. There was countless of videos that was documented on Instagram where he felt like I was flirting with Eliana in my arms with other men there. Like, it was a whole bunch of crazy stuff that happened in this journey with Nature Boy. Because one thing for sure, if you know who you are and you know what you like and what you want in a relationship, when someone else does something in that situation to you.
The reason why I cut that off. Listen to the pain. Listen to the pain. Why is a young woman going through all that? Why are you going through all that? I mean, you hear the confession? Why she's going through all this drama at a young age? Remember, well, you have to see it in part 1. She was with him 3 to 4 years. She's still 20 years old. Regardless if she probably lost her virginity to somewhere else. But still, he's just adding on pressure. Adding on problems. Why? And now you can hear it. Everything is his fault, his fault, his fault. I mean, when you listen, you can tell it's her fault as well. Because you didn't have to be with the dude. But you're using the consolation of, well, Womack didn't love me no more. So Nature Boy can, he worked his little voodoo on me, and I basically want to love him too. Nah. No. I mean, you could tell that story, but I don't believe that shit. I don't believe when he started talking, you fell into it. You wanted to. Even though you said that you never really liked him. You just wanted to be underneath him to study. And that's all you should have had done, darling. That's all you should have done was studied like the rest of you females, because she's confessing. She's telling all these girls he fucked. Now, how he fucked them so easily? No resistance from nobody? How none of them girls resisted? All these a dude on YouTube who's in nature. Come on, boo. You people put yourself in these issues and these problems. I could relate. And I told myself, no. Certain females, I just was not going to get with. You start talking to them, they sound a little bit odd. You be like, nah, I got to get out of this shit. When I used to feel it, the minute I feel that this relationship is corny, is non and void, I'm like, listen, I'm out. Now, of course, some girls going to think, you leaving me? Fuck you. And your fucking retarded acting ass. I ain't got to be with you. Ain't no law. Shit. I knew some females who said, no, I would love to get with you, but nah, yeah, I feel some energy about you. Real talk. I ran about 2 or 3 females through my time who said, nah, you something else. Real talk. I knew other females who sat there and says, I would love to get with you, but nah, you something else. They felt something, and it was like, nah, I can't get with you. I can't. Whatever. They never told me exactly what it was. And I had to respect it. I mean, I felt kind of fucked up. I was like, well, damn, what's wrong with me? They was like, nah, it's not like that. I just don't want to mess with you because you're something else. You know what I mean? And that's their prerogative, just like I did it to women. Nah, I ain't gonna mess with you because you're something else. You know what I mean? And remember, my something else is different from their something else. Let's get back into the to the confession of the young lady, because she breaking it down, real talk. It's just that she got a lot of holes in it, and I understand, like I said before, relationships. That's a whole. Listen to all that weight that's coming on her shoulders. You're not even past 25 years old. This shit is crazy.
So you're gonna realize that that's not what you want. That's not what you even doing, and that's actually what they're saying about you. What they're trying to put off on you or accuse you of, that's actually what they do. So be mindful of people that you're in relationships with who are accusing you of things and not trying to get no details, not trying to understand, not asking you questions about what's going on. Realize that person actually might be doing what they're actually accusing you of doing. So look deeper than the surface on things when you're dealing with people. So I really felt like that in my relationship with Nature Boy. He constantly accused me of things. He constantly was video recording me because he made me angry about some allegation or some, provocation of my energy, like just and he took those precious moments and recorded them and put them online and made me look like a demon and made me say she's violent and she's this and she's that, when actually I was standing up for myself. I was actually, if you take away my vessel and see my energy, I was actually standing up for the people that were there who can't speak up for themselves, who don't want to speak up for themselves because they're so afraid. And this is why I was so physically abusive with Nature Boy and I, because I always stood up. Now, not to fast forward, but to backtrack just a little bit. In Costa Rica, me and Nature Boy got together. When me and Nature Boy got together, it was the most beautiful thing I have ever experienced in my life with a man. Like, seriously. And I'm not saying that to give him power. I'm saying that because...
Pay attention to the true confession. Pay attention to the true confession. Right now, she's about to tell you the true confession. She says, when we got together, it was a beautiful experience with a man that I ever had. Fuck Walmart. Walmart. Okay, remember now, you have to see the other parts that she said when she first got there, she wasn't looking nothing out, looking at Nature Boy, the teacher. She focuses on Wilmot, whatever the fuck his name is, I'm sorry. But the point what I'm making is this, brothers and sisters. Aren't you supposed to be up there to change the world? Aren't you supposed to be there to change humanity? This whole entire confession has changed into humanity, now based on relationships and fucking sucking and all this shit. There ain't no more humanity no more. Ain't no more change in the world. Beat the game. Now she's gonna confess. Pay attention. I want you to really listen. Because if you don't, you're just gonna be going over this shit over and over again. No one's teaching nobody the things that you really should not be doing. And having a relationship at a young age, when you just left your mother and father's house, you left whoever was your guardian's house. Why would you jump into a relationship with a man or a woman and you don't know jack shit? But listen to the confession. Fucking beautiful stuff.
Because that was my experience with him. You know, some people have certain things about themselves that they can use to manipulate a situation so well that it can have you feeling so high on life that nothing else matters. Nothing else is in front of you but that thing, if it makes you feel that good. But because I'm a natural woman, I want to be in nature. He used all of his tactics that he has to get me to where I am today, as far as continuing to be in a relationship with him. I definitely will take responsibility and keep and have had made decisions to keep being with him. The only thing that I want him me to do things that I didn't want to do in the relationship with him, and made it hard for me and forced me on the way out, forced me to leave him, forced me to not love him, forced me to not look at him as the person or the potential that I've seen. He made me see who he truly was, and that, you know, has nothing to do with me. You know, that's his character. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't appreciate, you know, how he manipulated everybody to do what he wanted, you know, like what he wanted them to do. I'm not saying that I was innocent in anything as far as my decision makings. You know what I'm saying? And my decisions was always to go back to be with him, because I felt that I could have our family together. He would actually change, not for me, but for the sake of his daughter, for the sake of his family, for the sake of him having multiple children that have kept leaving, the women kept leaving him because of this circumstance. He took responsibility, you know, when in the time that I talked to him. But people who don't care about themselves, people who don't care about other people, they will actually admit to what they did and then double back and then do it to you again. You know, and that's the kind of person that he is. Like, I call him in the act, and the universe allowed me to catch him in the act just to show me, you know, and I'm thankful, like, for that. You know what I'm saying? And that never was to say, that situation that happened recently when I called him and I talked to him and all of that shit, that never was an agreement for me on my behalf to go back to carbonation or be with him. He just put that out there to make me look like I want to go back so that y'all could turn against me and it just be a whole heap of bullshit. But I will never put my daughter in that circumstance ever again. Like, there's things that I'm unraveling in my child's mind, in my mind, that is very hurtful, you know, and a very traumatic experience. And I'm not going to allow her to endure that type of pain anymore when I could prevent it, when I could be the actual cause.
You understand what just happened? Did you hear clearly what she said? She's not even 25 years old. See that pain? Oh, it's deeper than that, because she literally stops in her tracks. But let me continue on. And you want to be in a relationship so bad, and this is the shit y'all go through.
To a cause of a great lifestyle, a balanced lifestyle for her, with or without a father that means no well to her in the end. And that's on period. Like, on some really serious shit. So, like I was saying, our relationship was so beautiful. I didn't realize that he was not really having sex with women in the first, I would say, like the first couple months of our relationship. I didn't realize that he was wooing me. He was wooing me to the point where, you know how he online saying, I'm polygamous, I'm this, I'm that. She got with me knowing I'm polygamous, da 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 da. Yes, I knew that I got with him being polygamous, which I felt like I could be polygamous too, because I'm an open-minded person. Never did I want to have sex with the women or have sexual engagement with the women or anything like that. I just seen the benefit of building a family and shit like that, as far as like building a nation of people. You know what I'm saying? And having more help, having a village. I've seen that. And I was like, yeah, I could do it. But what I didn't realize was he wasn't having sex with women on purpose. He wasn't in the multiple relationships in the beginning of our relationship on purpose, which he had did that to every other woman, like Pocahontas. He got with Pocahontas, but he was already with another woman. So no one was really without another woman with Nature Boy but me. And he used this time to really make me feel like so good, like so special, so this, so that, so golden, that he was going to like sneak another woman into our relationship. Like he couldn't just do with me what he was doing with the other women. Like he had to coerce me. You know what I'm saying? So at the point where I realized.
Listen, we about to get off. I'm gonna have to show you another segment, and I'm gonna have to see you there. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Your daughters go through this kind of shit. Your sons are in shit like this. All for what? All for what? And then you hear grown people, I hate these bitches, I hate the man, I hate the woman. Yo, bad decisions. Should never been in a fucking relationship in the first place. See you in the next episode. Peace out.